Hello, everyone, and good day. So, welcome to our week 10 for this subject, CD&C 2. And our topic for this week will be about mobile art, or it is also called as mobiles. So, before we further discuss what mobile art or mobiles is, let me just go ahead and discuss the lesson objectives for this week or for this topic. So, first, you'll be able to determine the definition of mobile art and how it started. Second, you'll be able to familiarize with the characteristics of mobile art. Third, you'll be able to articulate ideas into clear visual and written forms. And lastly, you will be able to produce a balanced mobile art based on a theme. So let's begin then. So, what is mobile art? So, from the word itself, mobile, you can already coin or generate a term that is related to this kind of art. So, to define what is mobile, mobile is a type of sculpture that is formed of delicate components which are suspended in the air and move in response to air currents or motor power. It is also a type of kinetic art which relied on careful weighing to achieve balance and suspension in the air. So if you can see the example there, so that is a mobile art, which is composed of a string here, the main string that is hanged on a ceiling or a wall, probably, and there are wires that connects each of these decorative elements. So who started the mobile art? So this is the artist Alexander Calder, who was the originator of the mobile. So, by suspending forms that move with the flow of air, he was able to revolutionize sculpture. However, it was actually Marcel Duchamp who coined the word mobiles. So, uh, rather than a solid object of mass and weight, they continually redefine the space where they move. So, actually, when it comes to mobile art, before it was before it was defined as mobile art, it is also somehow called kinetic sculpture. So when you say kinetic, it is something that related to motion or movement. So it moves either by touching the force of the wind, or as what defined earlier, it can be attached to a motor power. So the word mobile was suggested by Marcel Duchamp. Marcel Duchamp is actually a French American painter, sculptor, and conceptual artist. So the word was defined as mobile. I mean, the art was defined as mobile during the year of 1931 by Marcel Duchamp. So as they have described before as well, mobile, to simply describe it, it is composed of wire, just what Calder is holding, and also the example earlier. So it's composed of wire, string, and balanced branches that hold decorative ornaments. So that's how a mobile art looks like. So just a short description or background of Alexander Calder. So he is known as Sandy. So he is called as Sandy. He was an American sculptor from Pennsylvania. So Alexander Calder actually came from a family of artists. His grandfather was a famous or well-known sculptor, and his father and mother are also successful artists. Now, Alexander Calder is known for his invention of the wire sculptures and the mobile, as it was coined already by Marcel Duchamp. Um, Also, this described as a type of kinetic art which relied on careful weighing to achieve balance and suspension in the air. So initially, Calder used motors to make his works move, but soon he thought of just abandoning the method of using the motor power and just began creating kinetic sculptures using air currents alone. So here is just another example of his mobile art or kinetic sculpture. Just a background as well. Um, Calder's mobile or mobile arts were actually influenced by other artists like the abstract artists like Pierre Mondrian, um, Joan Miro, and Sophie Tober Arp. They are abstract artists. So now let's go to the other related topic for mobile. So characteristics of mobile or mobiles. So based on the examples, you can definitely identify that it relies on balance and movement to achieve the artistic effect. And also, as defined as well with mobile art, it is composed of a number of elements, usually abstract shapes, interconnected with wires, strings, metal rods, or similar objects. Nowadays, any available material or medium can already be used to create your mobile art. And also another characteristic is since it represents a form of kinetic sculpture, unlike traditional sculptures where they remain static. With mobile, it is set in motion by air currents, a slight touch, or even a small motor. And lastly, aside from balance and movement to create artistic effect, actually the whole every part of the mobile art contributes to its aesthetics. So each part of its parts, as well as the construction as a whole, manages to achieve a kind of equilibrium or balance that perhaps makes up the core of its marvelous aesthetics. So these are just the characteristics of mobile or mobile art. Just another example. So the main string is there, and these are a combination of different types of objects or elements combined to create this whole mobile art. And here it has actually a stand to support the branches or the wire where the decorative elements are connected or attached. And also here, so you can actually create a lot of ideas when it comes to mobile art. So here, wherein it was painted, or you can like create an image and just separate each part to create as a whole. And also here, so this is made of paper or cardboard. So you can see you can create a mobile art with a story. So like here, you can see that it's with the related to fairy tales. Red Riding Hood, somehow she is chasing the big bad wolf. And the lower part here is a witch with her cat. So this would probably be like Sabrina and her cat Salem. They are she is traveling using her broomstick under the moon. And also on the left here is seeing the one shoe, and then the carriage with the horse, and the fairy castle, and the lady. So this is Cinderella's story. So unlike this one, this is more of an abstract theme. So this one here, this is connected to fairy tales. Actually, there are any idea or theme can definitely be used to create your mobile art. And here, these are not hanged, but rather they are actually supported by a stand. So a stand is not just a steady horizontal, vertical stand, but it is they are actually created artistically together with the suspended decorative elements there. So these are tabletop mobile art because they can be placed on the table instead of hanged. And just other examples. So your decorative elements, any material can be used as long as you can connect it to the idea or the theme behind your mobile art. See, you can also use feathers. And here, so it's not just a one layer, but here this one is, there are two layers of the wood, and then where the feathers were attached. And also here, so you can use yarn, and also you can use like an old book. So if you want to create a mobile art using maybe one of your old books, and can artistically create it into mobile art and hang it in your room. And here, paper material. So this is an origami of the bird. All right, so that's it though. So these are just the references I've used to gather information about mobile art. And if you have questions about this topic, you may take note of it and we can discuss it during our Google Meet, as well as your task will be discussed as well at that time. So that's it for now, and I'll be seeing you soon. Goodbye for now.